Right, in this video I'm going to teach you how to make a kill-all dev product in Roblox Studio. So a player can click it and they can purchase whatever dev product you've made and it'll kill all the other users in the server. So the first thing I want to do is make a screen GUI in Start GUI. Turn on Ignore GUI inset and call it kill-all. And now in here we can just make a text button and I'm going to change the size to 0.175, 0.1, and then I'm going to change the text to kill all. Just going to turn on text scaled and make it bold, and then I'm just going to set the anchor point to 0.5, and I'm going to set the position to 0.5, 0.5, oh sorry, no, 0.5, so then it's just at the top. And then in this Start GUI I'm just going to add a local script, and this is going to be used to prompt the player with the dev product. So I'm just going to call this prompt script, and then we need a variable, so local product ID. So this is going to be the product ID of our developer product, but we need to make a developer product for this. So if you find your games page on the Roblox website, so now you're on your games page, if you just click the three dots and click configure this experience, you can then go down to developer products and we can make a new dev product. So just click create new, and then I'm just going to call it kill all, and you can give it a price, so I'll just make it 50 Robux. And then if you want to, you can add an image, but I'm just going to leave that blank, and just click create. So now we've created our developer product. You can just highlight this number here. So this is our kill all product that we just made. Just highlight this number, right click and click copy, and then we can go back into Roblox Studio. So now we can just set this variable equal to that number that we just copied. So that's our product ID. But then we also need marketplace service. So you can say local MPS equals game::get service, marketplace service. So we're just going to use marketplace service to actually prompt the user to buy this developer product. And now we're just going to make an event that every time this text button is clicked, it will prompt the user to purchase the dev product. So what I'm just going to do is script.parent.text button. So the button that we just made, dot mouse button one click, connect function, and then just open up that function. And now we just want to prompt the user with the product. So how you can do that is MPS prompt product purchase, and then in these brackets the player that we want to prompt it with, so that's us, so game.players.localPlayer, and then a comma, and then the product ID, so that's just product ID variable that we made earlier. And now that's just our local script done. Now we can make a serve script to actually deal with the user buying the developer product. So in serve script service, I'm just going to make a script, and I'm going to call it kill all script. And now in here again we need to make a variable for the product ID. So again, product ID, and then paste that number. And then we also need MPS again, so marketplace service. So local MPS equals game::get service marketplace service. And now we're going to do MPS dot process receipt equals function, and then in these brackets we're going to take the info. So what this is doing is whenever someone buys something, it sends a process receipt, and we get this info here. So first of all, we're going to say local ID equals info.product ID, and then we can say local player equals game.players, get player by user ID, and then the user ID of the player. So that's just info.player ID. And now we've got the ID and the player who purchased it, we can just say if ID is equal to product ID, then. So if whatever's been purchased is the kill all dev product, then we can just loop through each of the players and kill them. So for underscore comma player in pairs game.players get children do. So if player.name is not equal to, so squiggly line and then the equal sign, but if you don't have this on your keyboard, what you can do is you can say if not player.name is equal to player.name, then. So if not, this is exactly the same as just saying that, but you can use if not if you don't have this on your keyboard. And then we're just going to do, so if the player.name is not the player who bought it, then player.character.humanoid.health equals 0. And then we're also going to make a remote event to display a GUI on their screen. So if in replicated storage we create a remote event and just call that killed player, and then here we can do game.replicatedStorage.killedPlayer fire client, and then in these brackets with the player that we want to fire, so player, and now so it's just going to kill the player and it's going to fire this remote event on the client. So the last thing we need to do is make the GUI on the user's screen that says whoever has killed you has killed you. So if you just insert another screen GUI into the start GUI and just name that killed GUI, you can then in here create a frame. I am going to make the size 1, 0, 1, 0, and I'm going to make it half transparent, so 0.5. And then I'm going to make the background colour like a yellowy colour, so it almost looks like a nuke or something. There you go. You can make it look however you like, it really doesn't matter, but I'm just going to make mine look like this. And then in this frame, I'm just going to add a text label. I'm going to make the size 1, 0, 0.3, 0. I'm going to make text scale true. And then, in fact, no, I'm going to make the size 1, 0, 0.15, 0. And then I'm going to turn background transparency to 1. I'm going to make this font style bold. And I'm going to put the position to 0, 0, 0.7, 0. And then I'm going to leave the name as text label. And I'm just going to change the text to player killed you. Right. Okay, so now in this killed GUI, I'm going to make another local script, and this is just going to make this frame visible and change that text whenever someone has killed you. So I'm going to make a variable first of all for the frame, so frame equals script.parent.frame, and then another one for the text label, so local label equals frame.textLabel. So now we want an event that fires every time the player is killed by another player, that is also going to give us the player's name. So how we can do that is game.replicatedStorage.killedPlayer.onClientEvent::connect function, and then in these brackets you want to take the player object, so the players that's killed us, and then just open this function. We're now going to change the labels text, so we're going to say label.text equals player.name ... to add to the string, and then, oh sorry, I spelled player wrong there, and then we're going to add something to the string, so I'm just going to say killed you. Again, you can make this look however you like, change the text to whatever you want, and then I'm just going to make the frame visible. So frame.visible equals true, and then I'm going to wait 5 seconds, and I'm going to say frame.visible equals false. So that should work. Right, one thing I've done wrong in the kill all script is wherever you've put game.replicatedStorage.killedPlayer: fire client, in these brackets what you need to put is player and then comma and then PLR. So these are the two player objects, whoever we're sending this to, and then the name of the player that killed them. So now if we test our game with a local server with 2 players, you'll be able to see that when we eventually load in, we have 2 separate players in one server. There we go. And then if on one of these clients, if I click kill all and then purchase it, on this client here it says player 2 killed you. And vice versa again, if I click kill all on this one and purchase it, it'll say player 1 killed you. So that was how you can make a kill all developer product in Roblox Studio. If you found this helpful, then please subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.